The 10 most important moments and events in history and illustrated by to the 10 events that defined history and changed the world. Choosing the 10 most important events in history is one of the most difficult and controversial things to do. Why? Because history is more than a few hundred years long and there is way too much bias in most lists. I've attempted to create a list without that bias that manages to touch on the major events in history that ended up shaping the world. Some of the events. 1. American Revolution. To many, this event was too localized to be considered part of the list that involves all of history. Yet the shockwaves of this event are still felt today. The American Revolution 1775 to 1783 took many enemies from the early civilizations of Greece and Rome and combined them with the Christian Bible to revolt against an authority that was unbending. They believed that every enemy at the time, even that statement was narrowly defined, was equal and should be treated fairly. The only one man in the world that rose up together was their solid foundation for the beginning of the nation of the world, which is much around the globe. The elections have in the United States, world watches. The influence that America now has placed credence to the American Revolution being one of the greatest events in our history. 2. Reformation. The Reformation 1517 to 1648 was one of the greatest events in European history. Much of the New World, known as the Americas, was shaped. Missionaries increased in number throughout the world, and thinkers who rose up from the Renaissance could proclaim their discovery. 1. American Revolution. To many, this event was too localized to be considered part of the list that involves all of history. Yet the shockwaves from this one event are still felt today. The American Revolution 1775 to 1783 took many ideas from the early civilizations of Greece and Rome and combined them with the Christian Bible to revolt against an authority that was unbending. They believed that every man at the time, even that statement was narrowly defined, was equal and should be treated fairly. Only when the men and women of the New World rose up together was there a solid foundation for the beginning of the nation that now our world influences much around the globe. When an election is held in the United States, the world watches. The influence that America now has gives credence to the American Revolution being one of the greatest events in our history. 2. Reformation. The Reformation 1517 to 1648 was one of the greatest events in European history. Prior to this period, the Roman Catholic Church had close to absolute control over the people and governments of the Christian world. It was when many of the learned men of the time began to question the practices of the Church in comparison to the Bible that trouble arose. The intent of the Reformation was to reform the Catholic Church and bring it back to its biblical roots. The end result was the rending of the Church into two factions, Catholics and Protestants. The Reformation brought the religious texts into the hands of the masses and began the decline of the Catholic power. Both the wars it caused and the actions of the famous historical figures it involved still continue to shape the world today. Thinking of this only as a European event could be erroneous. Because of the Reformation, much of the New World, known as the Americas, was shaped. Missionaries increased in number throughout the world, and thinkers who rose up from the Renaissance could proclaim their discovery. 3. Life of Jesus of Nazareth. Whether you are a Christian or not, you cannot honestly say that the life of Jesus of Nazareth did not dramatically impact history. If you follow the dating system that we use today, you acknowledge his impact. This article is published in 2010 AD, because approximately 2010 years ago, Jesus lived in Israel. At the time of his life, it might not have seemed so dramatic to the world at large. He never traveled more than a few days' journey from his hometown. Only after he left Earth that his teachings spread beyond his homeland and he began to struggle for the ruling power of the time. Followers of Jesus, Christians, his life only began to appear around the globe. Over time, his was accepted by the Roman rulers, which allowed it to spread beyond desire to control as much land as possible. The nations that defeated Hitler and his friends began to still seen today in the demolished buildings and the tattooed numbers on the arms of posts. There was no one main objective or enemy. There was no main front. It was composed of the European, African, and Asian segments of the war. It ripped through every economic level, race, religion, and culture. Country after country fell into other hands. Men, women, and children were killed by the millions. Many lost their loved ones and had to seek new lands to call home as there was so much devastation. World War II also led to the creation of the United Nations, a homeland for the Jews, and the beginning of the Cold War. The world had changed and was never to return. World War I 1914 to 1918 was once called the Great War. No one during that time could imagine anything worse. That is until they faced themselves with WWII and even more bloodshed. But WWI was not pushed aside. In fact, historian George Kennan said that all roads led to WWI. In truth, Kennan was right on the money. WWII's causes can be traced right back to WWI, where so much was left undone and so much resentment and hatred brewed below the surface. It was the humiliation of Germany at the end of WWI that began the movement toward WWII. The hatred toward the world that many Germans felt led to the election of Hitler, the creation of concentration camps, and the fall of France, England, and many other countries. An unsatisfied closure to the Great War caused it to be the silence before the storm. Gutenberg's printing press. There is almost no other event that could be called as influential as the printing press that Gutenberg invented around 1440. For this monumental creation, books were copied by hand. Laboriously, monks and other men of learning would spend hours and hours through the bright sunlight and the weak light of an oil lamp to make copies of religious texts, literature, and official documents. It could take years just to copy one book. When Gutenberg devised a printing press that could print copy after copy in just a small fraction of the time, the whole world changed dramatically. All of a sudden, everyone could have copies of the religious scriptures. They could read them for themselves. The pamphlets could be made by the thousands of masses like never before. The name is not limited to a select few. It was available for all. So not just for the rich. It could be made for the lower classes. Gutenberg's press changed the political game. Life in time, just like the life of Jesus, whether you are a follower or not, to 600 or not, you cannot deny the impact his life has had on history. Muhammad is the founder of Islam. The Middle East was full of all tribes that warred against each other continuously. Muhammad brought those tribes together and made them purpose and reason to join forces. Though blood was still shed, it was not against each other. It was against those that threatened to be originally fought against it. After Muhammad brought together the Middle East, the region experienced the Islam golden age from 700 to 1258. At this time was about this to the during this time, Europe was still in the Dark Ages. The regions were to flourish in the early ages until the including mathematics and science. The world benefited from the discovery of the immune system, preservation of Roman texts, invention of the numbers road, the decimal system, and algebra. Human copy was discovered during the Islamic Golden Age. Building upon what to do in the regions of the culture was able to make such advances. Since the birth of Islam, it has become one of the largest religions of the world. It covers the globe, and for many of its sects, it has influenced the world. The terrorist branches have reached out and impacted the daily lives of every person through their traveling procedures or just the way they go to work with extras. If you like this video, please subscribe.